Hi boys and girls, as promised, we are going to do our elephant toothpaste experiment. We talked about this a lot at school and never had a chance to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and then if you have all the ingredients at home, you'll be able to do it with your parents. But before we get started, something fun you might notice. Right below me, we have a new letter friend. This is Miss U with her unusual umbrella. And you'll notice who she's sitting with, Mr. G and Mr. M. And if you put the three of them together, G-U-M, that spells the same stuff that is here in Mr. G's hair. So I think he's really happy to have Miss U. We're going to learn more about her tomorrow, and we'll do her song and her letter and find out where her hidden U's are, probably just in time for a rainy day this week. So welcome to Miss U. Miss J is here with our sign, and if you look around the room, our friends are doing some fun things. So here's our crew from the other day, P-A-I-N-T, Paint. They're still working on the Curious George. Now, Miss P is doing two jobs this morning. She's also sitting with Mr. H, Miss E, Miss L, and Miss P. They're spelling help, so it looks like they're going to help today with our experiment. Then we had gum, G-U-M. And here we have W-O-R-K, which is work. So it looks like they're ready to get to work. And now these letter friends, I'm going to come over here, are helping with the supplies that we need for our experiment. So here's the list, and I'm going to send this to your parents. So here's the list of all the things that we need to do elephant toothpaste and the directions. So I'll be sending this to your parents today. So here's all the things we're going to use when we do this. All right, so we need a spoon. And that's what Miss S is holding. There it is. I'm going to move it over here. Miss F is holding our funnel and our food coloring. We're going to have to decide what color toothpaste to make. So we'll get to that in a minute. We might let Noah pick because Noah's doing the filming for us right now. Mr. C is holding the cup, the measuring cup. That's where we're going to mix two things together. Mr. B is holding our very important bottle. This is where we're going to put the ingredients in, and Mr. D is holding the dish soap, and we need that today to help make some of the foam. Okay, are we ready to get started? All right, so here's all, the other things we're using: hydrogen peroxide and a tablespoon and some yeast. And this cup has some very warm water in it, so I'm leaving it in there so it doesn't spill. So you want to do this somewhere where you can make a mess. You'll notice I'm using this container because the elephant toothpaste is going to go over the top of the bottle, and you want to have a container or on a surface where it can be messy. All right, boys and girls, so the first thing we need to use, it says use a funnel to carefully pour half a cup of peroxide into the bottle. So our funnel is going to go on here like this, and then this is our peroxide, and here is our measuring cup. This is 1 cup, so we're going to fill this just halfway because we need a half a cup. All right, and this is where you want to make sure you have grown-ups that are helping you. So I'm going to pour this in. Here, going in, see it? There we go. And I'm looking inside for the line to make sure I'm measuring it. All right, there's half a cup. There it is. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side. Now, when you use a funnel, make sure you hold the funnel carefully while you pour. Okay, there we go, step 1. And I'm going to leave this inside here, that way, in case it drips off, it doesn't make the mess. All right, step 2 said add about 10 drops of your favorite food coloring. So I'm going to take this out for a minute. Now, I told you I was going to let Noah pick. Noah decided on blue. So we're going to open up our blue food coloring. You can decide what color you want. And we're going to put 10 drops in. Now you'll notice, don't squeeze too hard. If you squeeze hard, a lot of it will come out at once. So watch, I'm going to do this carefully. 1, count with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof, I had to squeeze lightly on that. It's tempting to squeeze it hard, but then it would all come out at once. All right, so you can see all nice and blue inside there. Okay, step 3, add 1 tablespoon of liquid dish soap into the bottle and swish it around to mix it. So this is dish soap, boys and girls, the kind you use to do the dishes. Doesn't matter what color it is or what kind it is. Now this is our tablespoon. I'm going to be using this spoon though to do this. And I'm going to put my funnel back in like that. This is about a tablespoon. The only reason I'm not going to use this is because later I need to use this for the yeast and I don't want it to stick to the dish soap. So I'm going to put about a whole spoonful of that. Ooh, see it go? There it goes. All right, we're going to drip it in there and I'm going to hold the funnel and just give that spoon a little tap. Perfect. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to shake that out. And then it said to swish it around in the bottle. So we're going to give that a swish, and what will happen when you're swishing it, oh, see how it's starting to make bubbles? Yep, just like when you do the dishes, only our bubbles are very blue. Fun, see that? Okay. All right, we're on step 4. Mix together warm water and yeast and stir until the yeast is dissolved into the water. All right, so we're going to go back and use this cup. And before we do that, I'm going to move this and this. I'm going to wipe this out really quickly so that it's clean and dry. There we go. Okay. Now this is my warm water, and it says here 1 tablespoon of yeast. This is this, and 2 tablespoons of warm water. So I'm going to do the yeast first so that, again, it doesn't stick into the spoon. All right. Now this is 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to pour this. Oh, it's brown, isn't it? And yeast has a very fun smell to it. So if you're pouring it in, if you get it up to your nose, not too close. Oh, it looks like it's the whole package makes 1 tablespoon. Perfect. All right. And if you want to smell it, get it. Oh yeah, it smells a little bit like bread because this is what we use to make bread. Okay, so there it is. We're going to put that in this cup right here. Okay, and now I need 2 tablespoons of warm water. Okay, this is my warm water. I know it's warm because I used it out of my hot faucet. So I'm going to put this here. Okay, and this is where you'll want to have a grown-up help you, of course, because this is hot. Okay, so there's 1. Pour it in that cup. And 2. Pour it in that cup. There we go. Okay, and then it says stir until the yeast is dissolved. So we're going to stir, stir, stir. And dissolved means that you can't see any more of the yeast. It means it works its way into the water. It's a little sticky in there, so I'm going to keep stirring, which means my water might need to be a little bit warmer. And a little bit of a lump. So I'm actually going to add just a little bit more water just to make sure we can dissolve all that yeast. Okay? And it looks a little bit like oatmeal. You see that in there? And it's sort of a brown color, like that. Okay. Keep mixing, keep stirring until it all gets dissolved. Now, if you remember when we did our experiment where we were trying to do this, oh, there we go, with, to show what sugar did to the teeth, our experiment didn't really work. And this is why we talked about trying this experiment to see if we could get more of a reaction. All right, so I've got a little bit of extra yeast on there. I'm going to stir. All right, last step says, now the adventure starts. Pour the yeast water mixture into the bottle and watch the foaminess begin. So this is the step that makes the elephant toothpaste. Now, why do they call it elephant toothpaste? Because when it comes out of here, it looks like a big, giant tube of toothpaste. So think about, what would elephant toothpaste look like? Big would that be, right? Elephants have really big mouths and really big teeth. So it wouldn't look like our tube of toothpaste. It would be giant. So you'll see it come out of here. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna move a few things out of the way. Let's see if this will work. Okay, I'm gonna take out my spoon. I'm gonna put this over here. All right, everybody ready? Let's see what happens. Oh, let's use our funnel one more time. Ready? Here we go. Here it comes. Ta-da! Look at all that foaminess come out of there. That's a giant tube of toothpaste, isn't it? Something an elephant might use to brush its teeth. Pretty awesome. Keep watching because it's going to keep going. Now, when Noah gets closer, you'll see, look at all the foaminess down here inside. Isn't that fun? Look at all that. It's still foaming. Do you see it? Elephant toothpaste. Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, I'm going to put a little more water. I have a little bit of yeast left in here. I'm going to add a little more water. And I still had a little bit of that goopy yeast on there. Let's see if I can get it to do a little bit more foaming. What do you think? That's the fun of the experiment, is you can try some different, look at it, it's still going. Look at it go. It's making a lovely mess. Now you can see why we use this big container. All right, let's see if this will make it go a little more. Ready? Oh yeah, here it comes. See? That made it continue to foam. So there you have it, boys and girls. There's the elephant toothpaste. Super fun. So if you have a chance to try it at home, take a video or some picture and send it to me. And again, you get to decide what color. Now remember, you're not going to use this as toothpaste. It wouldn't taste very good. And it would only be something that elephants would use. So enjoy, boys and girls. Have a great day. Bye.